Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
It's Friday! Happy Friday, Cleveland sports fans everywhere. Welcome to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Busy 90 minutes here, then we go over to WKYC for 30 minutes of
never before seen content, and we finally, guys, for the first time, it feels like all season, have an exciting Friday show and real things that we actually want to
our Friday
talk
before
about.
the season opened was big.
That was 3 months ago, Jay.
But it was big.
Yes.
It was crazy.
And it wasn't 3 months ago,
Mikey's
was
looking
it?
like Cologino from
See, that
Bronxdale
was
today.
mid-September. We're in October,
Or
and now
week 12.
halfway
Oh, you
through
know.
November. It's about, okay, we are, but, like, gosh, where is the time going?
I know. And I'm excited to talk a little Shedeur.
What does he look like, Bull?
Cologino from Bronxdale, the kid. Just with
He
the
got
shirt.
him a haircut yesterday.
Something about the shirt. I don't know.
I told him, like, we was trying to figure out who McNuggets was looking like yesterday. I pulled up my dude, the professor. Does anybody know who the professor is?
like
And one mixtape.
of course.
and one mixtape.
Of
Yeah.
course. Ginger, Marianne, the professor, and
Marianne,
Yeah, of course.
here on Gilligan's Island.
we all know him.
As you get older, you knew it would have turned out bad on the island. Give it about four weeks. How many males and how many females is it?
It was 4 males, 3 females.
Yeah.
And one of them was Lovey. She was not.
Lovey was not available.
Yeah,
so,
Everybody was fighting over Ginger and Marianne.
Like,
Yeah.
bro, like that would have.
Great. Does this still hold up? Are you a Ginger or
haven't
Marianne
seen-
guy?
Definitely Marianne.
Ginger or Marianne?
Ginger.
Ginger or Marianne?
And at that point, whoever on the island,
Lovey.
I'm boo her up.
In my generation, the
That's my
answer to
girl.
that question, guys would ask that, and
Not gonna
the
kick
answer
her
to
off the
that
island?
question would speak volumes as to who you are.
Yeah.
I was definitely Marianne. Give me the cute girl next door.
Yeah, right.
I don't want the glam.
I mean, Ginger was beautiful too.
Ginger was
but
gorgeous.
Yes, Marianne
but
was more
Marianne
my
was
type.
cute. And
Hey.
she was cute with no makeup.
Speaking of which, we were trying to do yesterday. We were trying to do like doppelgangers for everybody on the show.
Oh.
Yours could be the guy who played the professor. You do look a little like him, when he was that age. I mean, that's you got to be old to know who that guy is.
Yeah,
he's probably dead
very,
now.
and he's very cerebral. Like he was the thinker of the group.
Yes,
That would have devolved right into like the show Lost. Like, you'd be like, listen, that would have devolved very
maybe
quickly.
Gilligan's Island was a prequel to
The
Lost.
old dude would have
kinda
been out of
was,
here. Some dude would have turned into a warlord, start harboring.
Who
all
remembers Land of the Lost?
Oh yeah,
Living-
I remember that.
Are you old enough to remember Land of the Lost?
They
There's like a
remade
the
They
caveman boy.
They remade it. They remade it.
Opening, they fell down that crevice. Scared the hell out of me.
They remade Land of the Lost.
Oh, it
in
was
the
a movie.
it was a everyday Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Living in the Land of the Lost.
Now,
But
I
they did a
imagine-
movie with like Will Ferrell, I think.
And I
years
imagine
later.
with better special effects, it was great.
Oh,
because
yeah.
back in the day, if you watch just the open to Land of the Lost, Google it, kids.
Yeah.
It was so poorly done. I
my
think we
God.
could do something better in this studio with the equipment we currently have.
Yeah.
Because the chroma key was really bad.
was terrible.
It was awful.
Yeah,
But I
Land
love
of the
that
Lost.
show.
I watched every week.
Hey man, Saturday morning cartoons, man.
That was it.
That was the
when
day.
you found out that the cartoons for that current
Now
fall
you
season.
flip on TV on Saturday, you can't find them.
No.
But there's so many
Mess.
channels now.
Crazy.
It's
Yeah, I know. All right, McNuggets.
Before we dive in, I have an update to Pennygate from Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh, yes. What happened?
So I had my days mixed up. So when I said it on Wednesday, I thought I was playing that night. I play on Thursday. So
Right.
got the answer last night. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to every single person who reached out to me. We have not had a conversation on the show where I personally have gotten that many DMs, tweets, messages,
Answering the
texts.
dilemma.
And it's split. It was literally like a 50-50 split. I found out last night, and I'm going to use his name. What up, Halsey? Halsey is not colorblind.
Yeah. So
Was that an assumption that you had made?
Yes, because he just always asked, and I assume the only reason someone would always ask is because they legitimately need it. And we found out that McKay, who plays with us, who's very good, is colorblind and has never had this issue.
yeah.
Plot
so-
twist.
So last night,
Yeah.
What are we talking about, guys?
Oh, you weren't here. So the
On-
big dilemma was,
I mean,
explain it, Mike.
I can just sit here.
One of the guys in his
yeah,
pickup
right.
league demanded that everybody wear pennies.
Oh.
Because he had a hard time.
And McNuggets had assumed that it was because he was colorblind. But in reality, it's just, I guess he has a hard time remembering who's on his team.
That is exactly
so that's absurd. So you shouldn't have to wear pennies.
So last night,
yeah,
after I asked him, he had seen the clip.
He watched it.
Yeah, I forgot he's a regular watcher of UCSS, so I wanted to shout him out. So what's up, Holtzy?
We didn't dog him, did we?
No.
about
But he came in cracking up.
We're talking about the shoes you need to wear?
No, the pennies.
pennies.
You know the thing you wear?
The colored jersey.
When you say pennies,
I'm thinking Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway shoes.
The whole time I'm thinking Penny Hardaway shoes.
No, the
pennies.
jerseys that you wear in practice.
He wants everyone to wear reversible jerseys.
Yeah, they're like, let's say if your high school colors were red, then they were red on one side and you could flip it and they were white on the other.
Yeah, it's called a reversible jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we just call it pennies.
Never heard that once in my life.
Ever?
So
wow.
It's weird because I've heard of both, but for me playing basketball, it's definitely reversible jerseys.
Well, look how much quicker this
Practice
is.
jerseys.
Watch how much
Pressing that.
quicker this is, though.
What?
Pennies. Boom.
Shoes.
Or reversible jersey.
Or practice jersey? I mean, that's
Penny. Everybody knows. I'm surprised you've never heard of that.
once.
Can't believe you never
You
heard
know
of
it, right?
Yes.
You're from New York. I
Yeah.
certainly know it. I'm from Ohio. He's from Jersey.
Yeah.
Mike knows it.
I'm
not a
Maybe
one
it hasn't
area
made its way to Canton yet.
Yeah. So long story short,
That's the dividing line.
Apparently it is,
Is a
yeah.
Parma, really?
line-
Wait till you guys get the Rubik's Cube. It is awesome.
so long story short, last night we talked about, we were laughing about it. Holtzy's like, all right, whatever. You're right. I'm not colorblind. We won't wear pennies tonight. Guess what? He didn't throw a single pass to the wrong team.
So
it was all in his head.
He's locked in.
All
I
in his
love
head.
that.
So we got a
So it's
a
a good thing
resolution.
you brought it up, Mike, because otherwise you would have had to keep wearing pennies.
I solved a incredibly first world problem for
yeah,
a group
God,
of
I
15
think.
people.
First
on
world as
Thursday
they come.
nights. Yeah.
Really?
So I just wanted to
Well, all's
give
well that
everyone
ends
an update on
well.
that. Yeah,
Now,
and it was,
you know
it
what?
was a
I
fun
think
night.
you should take Prevagen. That's the drug that helps your memory.
Oh, yeah.
Holtzy played lacrosse and football
Pennies.
growing up.
By the way, did you
Pennies,
notice,
right.
You heard that
speaking,
before?
I heard it. My
Yeah.
old cats used to say it.
He
but,
slid right into the conversation when we had it Wednesday. He
Yeah.
knew exactly what it was.
Well,
By
I
the
mean,
way,
I
did
watch
you-
a lot of internet.
did
so.
you notice that almost
Yeah.
every drug they do an advertisement for
this
on
drug
TV?
is not approved by the U.S. Drug Administration.
Well, no, not about that. But the side effects are always way worse than the problem. I know those side effects
way
are rare,
worse.
but
And Bull, they're like, as they're reading the side effects, like
Yeah.
your liver could explode. You could suddenly have a stroke, heart attack,
Explosive
sudden
diarrhea,
death. And while
suicidal
they're reading
thoughts.
those, you know
Yeah.
what they're doing? They're showing people that are just dancing it up.
Having a picnic.
Suicidal thoughts.
And
Let
it's for
blood
life.
right.
start pouring out of my nostrils.
And what's the
Woo!
drug for? Clearing up your skin.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
okay with that. Give me the psoriasis. I don't want to spontaneously explode on the
Yeah,
sidewalk.
that would not be
In
good.
marketing, what they realize is that if you have an oxymoron between a bad message and people being happy with nice music, people will forget the message.
Visuals always
That's right.
override audio.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
And with that, guys, let's dive into a jam-packed episode of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. There's no better place to get in on the action than with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score the next bucket to fourth quarter comebacks. Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5, and if that $5 bet wins, you win $300 in bonus bets. That's right, you heard me correct. A $5 bet, if it wins, can get you $300 in bonus bets. To head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. And if you have a winning ticket, make sure you send it in to us so we can feature it on the show. All right, guys, we are just a little over 48 hours away from Shedeur Sanders making his first career NFL start. And as I said in the open, there's a level of excitement in the air. Everyone in the gym was talking about it. At basketball last night was talking about it. You walk around town, everybody's talking about what Shedeur Sanders is going to do or not do on Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders. So, G. Bush, how does the excitement level for this first rookie start compare to some of the others in the past and some of the other games we've had this season?
Listen, this is one of them joints. Like it's weird because I haven't really been that level of excited. You know, we everybody's a little excited when Deshaun Watson was, you know, he got his first start, but that kind of got messed up because he got suspended like in 11 games. Like he played like the first game, they played like the Jaguars. It was nasty work. I think the center got his knee blew out on the first play. and it was rainy, and then Schwartz dropped like 3 passes in a row, and the game was over, and it was done. And we're like, oh.
So was his career.
Yeah, after that was all she wrote. It was done.
I don't know about that, guys. He's catching passes for the Akron flag football team.
I don't know if he's doing that, man. But
Doing all right.
he getting ready for that Black Friday sale over at Menards. But shout out to
Say
Menards.
big money.
Big
Money at Menards.
We all know it.
Hey, man. But
jingles.
we great at those. But let me tell you this. I was excited. I'll go back to the Baker Mayfield one, right? When Baker Mayfield played against the Jets, it was crazy because he didn't really get to start. He actually, I believe, got his next start, if I'm not going to lie, if I think my memory serves me correct, was it the Raiders? Was the Raiders the very next game?
Remember.
I don't remember who it was against, but
I think the very next game, if McNuggets
it might have been,
because I think Nick Chubb had 2 very long runs in that game.
It was against the Raiders.
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
In
you were
Oakland?
right.
In Oakland.
So I remember that game because I was doing sidelines for the Browns at that time. I was filling in for Nathan Knight for those 6 games, and I was on the sidelines reporting, and it was a crazy awesome game. I remember, I was watching the freaking play, and Nick Chubb went like.
He broke 2, and the one
that was a fun game.
It
Man.
was a very fun. The Browns ended up losing this game.
They should have never lost that.
Never
game.
lost that.
was
Only
another
Hugh
one they gave
Jackson
away.
loses that game.
Yep, you're right.
Like I think he got hit. They overturned the first down, or
They went.
no, bad spot.
bad
Wasn't
spot.
It, a bad
It was a spot. Yep.
They lost in overtime.
But
Yeah,
they
they
should
shouldn't
never
have
have
lost.
gone.
Never
They
should
should
have
have never
been.
gone to overtime. They
should have never been to overtime.
They punted the ball back, and they should have gone for it on 4th and 1.
Well, it should have been a first down. That should have been the
but
first
they still
down.
should have gone for it.
Yeah, I agree with
and
you.
then they didn't go for it.
I think that was before the Madden era where everybody goes for it on 4th down
Right.
now.
So that game, I remember Baker Mayfield throwing a nice little dime to Jarvis Landry in the quarter in the end zone. It was like a post corner in like in the end zone. So that game was super fun to watch. But it was crazy because it was following up the Jets game, and everybody wanted to see, okay, can you follow that up? What's the energy? I want to see what it looks like after a week of practice and a week of getting all of the reps. Because remember, Hugh Jackson infamously said, oh, congratulations, you're the backup quarterback. Tyrod Taylor goes out. Obviously, he comes out, throws touchdowns against the Jets to Philly special. So the very next week, it was kind of like, as Browns fans, it was so much time before we had even seen anything positive, especially given the 1-31 situation.
And the Jets game was a Thursday game, so we had 10 days to build the hype.
To build it up, and then they came out, and he played crazy. So at that point, the Jets game, you thought you had something, but everybody was waiting for the other shoe to drop. So he came back against the Raiders and played it well again, and then you started to see the momentum. You was like, hey, we might got something here. We got Chubb. It looks like you got Baker. Jarvis paid dividends. Yeah. The game was close. So
we did have something.
We had something.
That turned into something.
That turned into something. So this is kind of eerie. It's like, okay, you're playing the Raiders. Shedeur did come in, but he didn't play like Baker did his first game. But the level of anticipation is high because we don't have, nothing much to look forward to. We grasping at it. Like I said before, we just looking for anything to stick. Anything at this point. So a lot of people, Dustin, is looking at it as opportunity. Hey, if we got something awesome, but we just looking to be entertained, and this is the highest I've been excited for a long time because it might prove to be something entertaining this week.
By the way, Nick Chubb had 3 carries for 105 yards in that game with 2 touchdowns.
I don't know why you'd want to use him more than 3 times.
Carlos Hyde, 22 for 82 and a touchdown. Jarvis Landry had a touchdown.
Just go back to the 3 for 105.
3 for 105.
Feed the man.
And he broke 2 long ones.
If I recall, Amari Cooper was playing for the Raiders, had a really good game.
Yeah, he did.
Amari Cooper, you're correct. He had 8 for 178 and a touchdown. And Jared Cook, their tight end, had 8 for 110 and 2 touchdowns. The last Browns touchdown was caught by the great Darren Fells.
I remember that.
A 49-yard catch.
Yeah, it was a naked bootleg.
This either shows that we have great memories, or this is how few and far between we have good plays that we could just remember.
I just have photographic memory with stuff like that.
Man,
especially from games you do.
Yeah, if I can remember, I can't remember players like whatever. Certain things that I don't remember.
Yeah.
At all, but I can remember almost every touchdown run I had in high school.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's
like the golfer that after his
and
round,
I had like 40 touchdowns.
they'll say, "What'd you use on 2 on that approach?" "Oh, that was a 3-iron, and I wanted to leave it left edge of the green." When I golf, and someone brings up something that happened on the front 9, I'm like, "Yeah, it's gone. Don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea." Now, baseball though, I can remember.
Yeah.
I can remember everything.
Have you guys?
Bernie still remembers, and even with all he's been through, remembers
Bernie's got a
everything.
crazy memory.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever woke up and you woke up and been in a dream, and then you think you're about to play a game in high school?
Happens all the
I
time.
mean, I've had a ton. Yeah.
all the time.
It's crazy because the feeling you get in your stomach either is you're happy, you're excited, and it makes you want to throw up.
When you wake up,
the
you're
above.
sick to your stomach.
All the above.
That it's not actually going to happen. That's how I feel.
Like you'd be like, "Yo, can you be like, can I go back?
I know.
What happened?
Why do you think I still play baseball? The only time I can recapture that feeling of putting the spikes on before a high school game is when I do it now.
It's freaky. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It
You
is
know,
nuts.
when I'm at these stadiums every week, something about natural grass
The smell of
no.
it.
and the smell of it.
I know.
Like last week I was at ECU.
Especially when it's
not a lot of
freshly
stadiums
cut.
have natural grass, but they're in Carolina and they had natural grass, and I went down and I just
love
rubbed it, and
Yeah.
and it kind of made me nervous.
Really? Like I'm getting ready to play.
Anxious, yeah.
This is why we're freaks of nature. This is why we can't have productive relationships, because your relationships is with these memories of
Bro, if you smell it like a nasty locker room.
Icy hot.
or just helmets, the shoulder pads.
Shoulder pads
Yeah.
and pants that people haven't washed, like a hockey locker room would smell. You know?
Absolutely.
Takes
That's
me
the worst.
right back to training camp in high school.
I couldn't imagine. Speaking of nerves, we talk about the whole Shedeur Sanders thing. Like it's like, I wonder what his nerves is like. I mean, this is his first meaningful game since like when they played BYU in the bowl game.
Bowl game, Alamo Bowl.
Yeah,
Almost a year.
Like it's a year.
Sure, it's
and it's different. And this is different because we talked about it a little bit. He got people watching him that don't even watch football.
Yeah, the pressure he must feel. You know what though? He doesn't seem to be carrying it, which is good. I'll go next, guys. I am excited about the Shedeur start. The thing that I can most compare it to was the Baker start after the Jets performance. The reason I'm not as excited as I was after the Baker start, I was in the stadium the Thursday night he beat the Jets.
Yeah.
And I remember the feeling I had leaving that stadium was really unrivaled in my experience as a Browns fan. Going back to the late 70s when I went to games and they were great, and the mid 80s and early 90s. And those were great euphoric feelings, but we expected to leave the stadium on that roll. Mm-hmm. When we left the Jets stadium that night, remember that was when they broke open the Bud Light coolers.
Yeah.
We hadn't won in 20,000 years.
Yeah.
So it was, everybody was looking around like, oh my God, we won a football game, and we answered the unanswerable question for this franchise. We found our quarterback. And the euphoria of that was insane. And then we had 10 days to build up to the Raiders start. Was it fool's gold? What was it? And so, man, I was excited for that Raiders game. The only thing, and I can't wait, and I'm very excited to see this, and I still think there are answered questions that need to be answered. Unfortunately, because we've seen him for a half, it's not like we have no idea what to expect. Nothing's going to blow, we've seen him, and we saw what it was. Now, on the flip side, if he comes out and plays a great game and the Browns win, then my excitement level for his next start probably eclipses Baker and the Raiders, because it would be a surprise to me. I was not surprised that Baker balled out. I will be surprised at this point if Shedeur plays like that, because what I've seen so far didn't match that. But that being said,
Baker had also a better team.
Much better
It was
team.
a better offensive team.
Right, but he probably had a worse coach. The next week you got a running back that goes for 105 on 3 carries. Like, why isn't he getting 12 carries, 15, 20? And you lost that game in overtime, a game you should have won in. I'd like to talk to Hugh Jackson now and say, why didn't you give the ball to Nick more?
That was weird.
That was bizarre. So I think Baker definitely had the better team then, even though they weren't a great team at that point.
Not.
They were a
Certainly
better
not.
team.
No.
But all that being said, I expect, even though I don't expect him to play as well as Baker played, because who he's playing, because he's had the entire week to prepare, and this is the key thing for me, because I think this kid loves the spotlight. I think he lives for this. When he was thrown into the game, if any of you guys, and I'm sure you were in your careers, thrown into a situation when you didn't think you were going to be in there. For me, it's happened. I've always been a starting pitcher. And that's my mindset. And when I show up to play a game, I'm thinking, okay, if I'm a starting pitcher, who am I facing? What am I going to throw? How do I feel? When I've been put in as a relief pitcher, I'm a little bit like a spotlit deer. Even though I'm doing the same thing, I wasn't prepared for this. Even though you're supposed to stay ready, you never have to get ready. This week, I think he's going to embrace this moment. And I think he is going to live up to the moment. So I am excited for it. It doesn't eclipse my excitement for Baker, but I would say it would probably be somewhere around like Johnny Manziel when Johnny came in and we finally got to see him.
I remember my freshman year at Ohio State, we were playing on the road. We're at the Metrodome in Minnesota. We're playing the Gophers on that old AstroTurf. The old Metrodome. I mean, it was basically cement. Yeah. So, I'm playing nickel and safety. I never played corner in my life, ever. C. Grant's playing corner. C. Grant bangs his head on that turf and get a bad concussion. Had to leave the game, and we had like nobody to play.
And they looked at you.
They looked at me, and D'Antonio was on the headset and said something to Tucker. He's like, "Put Fox in at corner." And they threw me in at corner. I didn't know, gosh darn thing, nothing, like nothing. And Mike Doss is playing safety with me, and all I remember is like, he just told me what to do every play.
Did he really?
Every play. And what's funny is like the very first play I had to go out there, it was man coverage. Man coverage. And they ran a fade on me.
Of course, they're coming to get you.
They always find the new guy.
First snap.
Fox was in the game.
First snap to the end zone. It was like a 40-yard fade.
You knocked it away.
Knocked it away.
There you go.
Then you was ready to go, man.
But you've always been that guy in your high school career. You were certainly that guy, but you've kind of always been that guy even later.
I was scared to death.
You rose to the occasion. The moment was never bigger than you, and I think that's.
I actually was so scared. But when I got on the field and the play started, it was like I blacked out.
It went away.
Yeah.
Now, how did you feel after you defended the pass? Did you then get on a roll and you're confident and let's go?
Yeah,
or were you still terrified?
I wasn't terrified anymore, but I still didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Man.
You know what I
mean? we play Iowa.
Did they pick on you the rest of the game?
Oh, dude, I looked terrible. I was my freshman year. I wore the worst uniform.
It's about to fit.
Somehow I made Ohio State uniforms look terrible.
Man,
I mean,
that's hard to do.
Oh, dude.
Man,
Coach Trusser made fun of me because he's like, "Fox, you're wearing socks like a gardener."
No.
Nasty work. There was a game we played. It was at home. It's like one of our first. I was a redshirt freshman, and I had already been playing defense end, and our nose tackle gets hurt, and they like, you're gonna have to play nose today. We playing Iowa State. I said, bro, what you talking about? I'm playing nose. Like I'm looking around, and at the time I'm only like 270.
Yeah, definitely undersized.
I'm like, what you mean we playing nose tackle? And I didn't know I was gonna play. I knew I had planned that I was gonna get me some reps on the end, but I didn't know I was starting. And so the whole night on like Friday, I was up playing Metal Gear Solid, like just on old school on PS2 the whole night. I got me like 3 hours of sleep. Pulled up, there's like, yeah, you starting today. And I remember the size of the dudes in front of me. Like, this is how you know it's a difference between linemen that go, this is Big 12 linemen and MAC linemen. Everybody was this high. I'm 6'5". I know I look short, but I'm kind of tall. Man, I went up there the first play. I got double teamed and was like, oh, yeah, we ain't in Kansas no more. But the cool thing about it was I was so stupid and oblivious to it. Like, after that play, I was like, oh, I'm nice. I didn't die. Right, they didn't kill me. I'm up here. Like, let's make a play now. So for me, like, I think that the cool thing about athletes is once you get it past the first play, all of the extra stuff go away. Your mom ain't there. Your dad's not there. You ain't worried about it. You literally out there and can't nobody save you. God is not here today. Only thing you can pray to him is hope you don't get hurt. But he is in the Middle East trying to figure out things out. But right here on this field, you better figure it out.
But now imagine this. So corner, important position, no question. Nose tackle can change games. But now the ball's in your hand on every play. And every eye in the stadium and every eye on national television. This is in a national window. Every eye is on you every second the ball is in your hand. That's got to be next level terrifying.
Yeah. I don't think this. I don't think
It's not gonna be too big
different
for-
than Baker.
It's not going to be too big for him.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't think it will either.
It's definitely
I
not
don't.
too big. The guy grew up in the spotlight. He's been in the spotlight. He's used to all of this. It's not going to affect him. It's definitely not as big as Baker because it was
Baker
early.
the number one pick, dude.
Baker was
Yeah.
the number one pick. It was
Lot more
early in
pressure.
the season. He came in and played great against the Jets. It was funny. I actually didn't watch that game live because I was on a flight to New Jersey for like some family event.
Oh, the Jets game.
Yeah, like I wasn't thinking Baker was going to play because Tyrod
Now, where
Taylor
were
and
you
stuff.
on Baker before we saw Baker? What was your...
I was kind of. I liked him, didn't love him.
Okay.
Coming out of college, Dustin liked him a little more than I did.
liked
Neither
him a
one
lot.
of us had him as the best quarterback.
I had him as somebody I liked. I don't remember if I said the Browns should draft him. I like Darnold coming out a lot too.
Yeah, I did. And so my rankings at that class, I'll be totally honest. Number 1 was Josh Allen, total disaster. Number 2,
No, Josh.
No,
Rosen.
Josh
Rosen.
Allen.
I'm sorry,
No,
Josh Rosen.
Well, that's because of your Jewish faith.
Yeah. I let that bias
Don't
me.
let
but
your- don't
I
let
had
that
him.
cloud your
I had him
judgment.
number 1. I got to keep it real. I liked Lamar a lot. I liked Lamar when nobody else was talking about
Yeah.
him.
You did.
Well, I mean, he was the Heisman Trophy winner. There were
Yeah.
guys talking about
Right.
him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Baker was 3rd, Josh Allen was 4th, and Sam Darnold was 5th for me. I didn't like Sam Darnold at all.
I like Lamar Jackson, but I like Baker second. I liked him better than I like Josh Allen because at the time Josh Allen didn't have a lot of tape. He was inconsistent. He throwing
He
the
was
football.
not a polished product at that point.
At that point, but here's the thing.
You know when we fell in love with Baker? Sorry to cut you
No,
off.
go
I
ahead.
just thought of something. We remember I was at the Senior Bowl doing the show, and we
Right.
brought Baker on the show.
Yeah, he was
and,
good with
and we
us.
asked him that question
Yeah.
about Cleveland, and he gave like it kind of gives me chills thinking about it right now. When he gave that awesome answer about what he would bring to Cleveland, is his passion. It was just a great answer. It was like a phenomenal
Yeah.
answer. And we were like, yeah, he had something.
And everybody was all in on Baker the first year. I don't think anybody was negative about Baker the first year. He created a level of excitement. He played well for the most part.
He broke the rookie touchdown record.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So it's not like he was a flop.
Yeah, nah.
But we don't want to relitigate Baker, but the thing with Shedeur though is it's later in the season. He's not the first overall pick, but there's a different. And a lot of the people that are excited are people that are not even Browns fans. But there's no doubt this is the most excitement there's ever been for a quarterback not drafted in the first round, I think.
Oh, I think that's fair to say.
I mean,
at least for the Browns.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
Deshaun Kaiser. Nah, we weren't
No,
pumped
all
about
the
Deshaun.
later draft
about the
because
Browns
the
or other
expectations
teams?
I
were
think
low.
ever. Well, what's a quarterback drafted this late that people were excited when he played his first game?
Well,
I think Bo's actually right.
Brock Purdy came on in relief.
Yeah, but no one
his
was
first
excited.
game.
Nobody was excited
Well,
about
he
Brock
was
Purdy.
right, but he was Mr. Irrelevant. He was a
Right.
7th round pick. He was the last guy, and he played well. So obviously, Niners
I
fans
got one.
were very excited to see.
Go ahead.
Dak Prescott when he beat Tony Romo for the starting job. He's a 4th round
it
pick.
wasn't
and
like
only
this,
only
Mike.
because it's Dallas though. Only because it.
But
And
no-
because it's America's team, so they're
no, but nobody thought that Dak
Nobody-
Prescott could
nobody
be the
knew who he
future.
was.
Yeah, Shedeur has
This is it.
this weird quality
Cachet,
that it's
man.
not his fault. He's through nothing he's done. But Shedeur is
So
one of those polarizing guys where most fans I talk to are already firmly in a camp. They either think he can or they think he can't. And which is bizarre to me. That's why I keep telling everybody, what do you think? I'm going to say, hold your powder. One way or the other. Hold your fire.
Played 2 quarters.
And we don't know. Nobody knows. So to say he's legendary is crazy, and to say that he's going to be awful is crazy. What I love about football, and we talked about this earlier when Joe Thomas was a guest in the preseason, he said the beautiful thing is the position he plays, we're going to know early. We're going to know pretty soon. And now we get to find out for real. We found out in practice. Now we get to find out, so what is he? And I love the fact that we get to do it against a bad football team.
Man, say what you want, man. I've always said this, man. Whatever. Like this is the best thing about sports. You can say what you want. Like your mom can feel like you're great. Or there's people that can say you're garbage. But the thing about sports that makes sports so much like life and why people live and die with sports is because none of that matters. You control your own destiny. When you between them white lines, you get to control you and your teammates, whether it's basketball, baseball, or football. You can put your own destiny on your shoulders and keep it pushing.
And it's the ultimate
and
meritocracy.
it's ultimate.
You
so
get what you deserve.
It's undeniable. So guess what? We finally are here. We get a
find
chance
out.
to see it.
Yeah, it's exciting. Okay, let's do a little exercise. 1 to 10.
Yeah.
1, not interested at all. 10, I can't wait. I'm sweating. Where are you?
I'm at a 10.
Yeah.
I'm way more excited than I've been for any game this year.
7.
I mean, I gotta go with 10, bro.
You pushed
We
it
hit
100.
I'm an 8.
We 10.
I'm an
We
8.
10.
Very excited. But I think what also has something to do with where we are. Okay, what if he balls out? We're going to make a playoff run? No. So, I mean, it's not going to change our life this year.
Well,
however,
but-
if he does play well,
That next week,
then next week becomes a 9. And then if he plays well that week, then the next week becomes a 10. Because at that point, the bigger thing about this season wasn't making the playoffs. Nobody expected us to. This has always been an exploratory season. If he puts multiple games in a row together and finishes the season
Which is
on a
difficult to do.
roll, then guys, we've got a real question with this organization. Do you draft a quarterback if you think you have the guy?
Right.
And if
Right,
you
right,
don't have to, think of what that draft capital can now do for your
Right,
team.
that's right.
So
Well, that would be great.
I'll be more excited as the weeks go on if he plays well.
I also am excited because of the Myles Garrett storyline, too, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see him break the sack record. And so
I'm a
be
10
paying
on
attention.
Myles.
I'm a 10 on Myles.
I'm a 10 on Myles.
To me, the big story about this season is can Myles break the
That's
single
it. That's
season
what we're
record.
watching.
Yeah.
Well, coming up in about 15 minutes, I got my 5-pack of stats that is heavily featuring one.
Wait, I thought it
Myles
was a
Garrett.
7-piece.
It is a 7-piece. 5
Wow.
of them are about Myles and his.
No such thing as a
historical
what's your, you didn't tell me what
No.
your excitement level is, McNuggets.
What do you say?
What's
your excitement
what's your
level?
Yeah, no,
excitement
it was in the
level?
notes.
Not just mine. Everybody at UCSS through the roof because we're not just doing a regular post-game show.
There it is.
We're doing a full 3-hour watch party for Shedeur's
During the
first
game?
start. During the game. G,
What?
Earl, and myself will be sitting in the chairs you guys are sitting in right now. We'll
So
have the
people
TVs
can
down
watch
here.
you watch the game.
We are going to live stream our live
So they can
reaction throughout the
stream
entirety
it.
of the game. So we won't do it. There won't be a normal post game show.
Is there
because you're getting
pizza?
3
Is there
hours.
wings? It's a party.
We haven't talked to Becker yet on the food situation.
Well, I
but
mean,
that's
come on.
coming.
If it's a watch party, let's
But-
go.
Becker's
you bring
got
a
to cough
keg
up
in.
for food. Yeah.
starting at 4
know.
o'clock,
Yeah.
we will be live.
Let's go.
So it's a 2-screen watching situation for fans. Have Shedeur and the Browns on one screen. Have us on your phone. We'll be reacting to everything
See, I couldn't watch
throughout
a
the game,
and have anybody watch me.
and we are
You
going
know,
to blow it
nobody
up.
wants to see me.
Oh,
watch
That's a
Browns
good point,
games.
Mike. Are you guys allowed to curse?
I mean, how could you?
Listen, this idea came to fruition last night. We got to hammer out a lot of details.
You got to be able to curse.
There's a lot of
I
details
would
that are
say
still
that
being
they're going to
hammered
stick
out.
to the no cursing
Hey,
rule, but
they-
I am so I watch games so differently than ever. I don't like going to Super Bowl parties. When I watch a game, it's a different experience, man. I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm standing up, I'm jumping, I am cursing, I am.
Trust me, this is
Well,
the
what if
reason
but
they
your
put
team,
me on camera.
Your team's not. If your
'Cause
team's not
I'm
in the
just like
Super
you.
Bowl, what?
So now, do you feel pressure because you're heavily invested? I think of all of us, you're the one more heavily invested in Shedeur playing well. This could be I told you so, or this could be I'm eating crow.
No, when I'm in the game mode, I'm breaking down the game.
You just thinking Browns,
Like,
that's
I'm
it.
thinking the game.
You're not
like,
thinking
I'm like, yo,
reputation.
that was a great show, or that was a great throw. That was a bad throw. What
Okay.
the heck was you doing on that?
So
What
we're
was
going to
that?
be reacting, me, G, and Earl,
All right.
to every throw Shedeur makes, every defensive play the Browns make or miss. Make sure you guys tune in. We'll be live from
That'll be
4 to
that'll
the
be
end of the game.
interesting.
It should be fun. If it works, maybe we'll do it again, but we're going to test it out for Shedeur's first start. Let's
Watch
talk
us,
about
watch the
the
Browns.
other quarterback in this game, guys. After a quick word from PrizePicks, we make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right gets you paid. Don't miss out on any of the excitement of this sports season, whether you're following the NFL, NBA, or both. There's no better time to jump in on the action. Download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineup after you play your first $5. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
And by the way, assuming he wants me, maybe he doesn't. I am willing to join this live watch party, Mike.
Oh,
I am
look,
willing to join this live watch party with two potty. I'm willing to join this potty. There's 2 rules that I have to be able to curse, and there has to be food.
We got to...
If you give me cursing and food,
So now,
I'm
if they
in.
tell you no, that means we didn't want both parties.
Exactly.
that is,
No.
You see how he phrased that? That was
Steve,
funny.
I'm in with food and cursing.
Well, Steve said no cursing, but it'll get you food. So you got to think on that.
So it's
both.
50-50. I mean, are
Shoot,
you
man.
going to sell out your principles?
Both think on it. We'll decide after the show.
Bull's the
We
highest
got a
paid
couple
guy
of
on the
things
show.
we
He should
gotta
buy
get
everyone food.
Right,
Let
right.
me ask you this: are we? Because I honestly don't know the answer to this. Are we on any kind of a delay?
That's a
or
good question.
People watching us as we're saying it, they're hearing hearing us?
There is a delay
It's
on
like a
YouTube.
7-second delay.
on
Okay, so
YouTube.
you could technically employ.
We don't have a dump button.
We don't have a dump
We don't have a
stream.
dump button.
No, you just would need an interrupt, right, Steve? You'd need a tone interrupt.
VMix does not have the ability to.
And here's
We don't have an audio guy. I mean,
that's true. What
and
am
you
I
don't
saying?
want to if you say for instance you curse and then you do 200,000 live streams
yeah.
and then they demonetize your stream.
Yeah.
They're gonna go crazy.
Yes.
They're gonna go ham.
All right, guys, we got 2 other topics to get to before we talk a little Cavs, and then we pivot over to WKYC. But Geno Smith is currently tied for the league lead right now in interceptions. He's thrown 13, which is tied with Tua for the most in football. Sam Darnold has 10. Joe Flacco and Josh Allen, after he threw 2 last night, are tied for 4th with 9. Dustin,
Yes.
I want you to tap into your defensive back expertise here. How can the Browns defense, which has done a good job of forcing turnovers of late, bait Geno into coughing the ball up a couple more times on Sunday?
Well, he's going to be looking at every play where 95's at, and that's going to create a lot of distraction for him. A lot of focus will be on other areas. You know, he's not going to be as locked in as he'll be able to if he were not playing against 95. So, you know, like last night. Did you guys watch the Bills game last night?
I did.
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, so Josh Allen loses like both his tackles. He's got like makeshift offensive line. And he was getting hammered by
Anderson.
by Houston, and Will Anderson was a monster. My God,
that guy's
so
something
so
else.
good, man. But point is, like, he was seeing ghosts last night,
It was.
and I think that will be the case for Geno on Sunday. And I love Geno, and there's not been a bigger fan of Geno Smith
You
in probably
remember
the history of the world
draft coming out.
than
You said
this
yeah.
guy right here. So, but I've already been proven right about him, so it doesn't matter at this point.
Right, but he doesn't. He's not the same player
No,
he's been the last
of course
few years.
Of course he's not. But I'm still
Yeah.
proven right though.
Yeah.
He turned out to be a legitimate
I
starter.
give you,
Yeah.
he was a legitimate
for
starter
a
for a number
solid
of years.
6 years.
But I don't know what's happened to him this year. I know the talent around him isn't great, but he's played really terribly.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. I mean, like, Miles playing at this level that he's at is a big reason why the Browns have been getting turnovers. Because even if he doesn't directly cause the
He's
turnover,
still
he
peeking out of his
indirectly-
eyes.
He's forcing
Yeah.
quarterbacks to throw it before they want to throw it.
Exactly. You know, you're always worried you're going to get hit by Myles Garrett more than any other player in the league by a lot. So I think that's leading to some mistakes by quarterbacks, and especially a guy who's been turnover prone already. If I'm the Raiders, and last week against Dallas, whose defense has been terrible most of this year, they were so pass heavy early, like even before the game got one-sided. If I'm the Raiders, I'm trying to establish the run early. They got a good back. I know his numbers aren't great, kind of like Judkins. It's not great numbers because their offensive line stinks. But, you know, that's what I would do. I would try to take, you know, it's easier said than done against the Browns, though.
Do the Browns have a better rush defense rank or pass defense rank? I think they're
It's gotta
pretty
be
similar.
pass.
I think they're pretty
No,
similar.
they're number 1 against the pass in terms
Yeah.
of yards per game.
Where
allowed.
are they on run defense?
I think they're middle of the pack.
We'll
they're
pull it up
that
here in
low?
1 sec.
If they are, Bull, then you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The way you open the passing lanes is to establish the running game.
Yeah.
And they've got a running back that can do that. I have to say.
Yeah, middle
I've
of the
been-
pack, 14th.
Yeah, that's surprising to me. I've been underwhelmed so far by Genty. I don't want to say I'm not labeling him a bust. I think he's suffering from the exact same thing that Judkins is suffering
Right.
from. When you've got 5 guys that block like McNuggets trying to open holes.
It's
Yeah.
true.
What are you supposed to do? It's been my number one thing all year is how are we possibly supposed to properly evaluate these offensive rookies? How do we do it?
It's harder. And
Smoke and mirrors?
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
you can trick things up, but like Mike Vrabel said, once you took away their trick plays, there was nothing to their offense.
I also think, like, sometimes coaches, I don't know, like, why? I know Raheem Mostert's been a really good NFL player for a long
Yeah.
time. But why are you bringing in Raheem Mostert on passing downs? He's 35 years old. This guy's a rookie.
well,
He's
I
got all
don't
the
think
talent.
Genty's very good in pass pickup, and that was one of the knocks against him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it's the same thing.
You got to have your best skilled players out on the field.
It's like
I
the
think.
rookie for the Houston Texans.
Woody Marks.
Yeah, he's a good runner, but on third down, Nick Chubb comes in. And that's something that backs learn. The more they're in the NFL, the better they get at blitz pickup and just helping give the quarterback a little extra time. I'm sure Marks is going to be much better at it 2 or 3 years from now, but the backs that get good at it are the ones that want to be 3 down backs. They don't want to come off the field.
Sure.
Yeah, it's tough because, sometimes if you want to be a solid offense, you don't want to be in a predicament where you got a running back there where it's a passing down. For some of these bad teams,
it telegraphs what you're going to do.
Once you get back in a shotgun, there's not very many runs guys up front respect with shotgun. When last time you see somebody run draw, there's only a couple of things they can do. They can run a screen, but that's very obvious.
They run that delayed draw where the back stands next to the quarterback in the shotgun. But when you see him standing next to him, you know what could be coming.
So you know what's going on with that.
But getting back to the defense, do you guys expect Geno to turn it over?
I do.
Yeah.
This is the thing that gives you some. You say, how is it that you can make an evaluation on some of these young guys? Yeah, offensively it's a little tough, but the Browns defense gives you an opportunity to evaluate people because just like last week, the Browns couldn't get anything going, but every time that the Ravens got on the field, they either took the ball away, they didn't really give up any big plays.
Yeah, but it doesn't change what's happening on the field when the offense is out there. I can't really grade Dylan Gabriel. I can't really grade Shedeur Sanders because the offense is giving them very little time to set their feet and look downfield and go through their progressions.
But
everybody gets graded. It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying don't grade them. I agree with you.
It's harder.
We've got to evaluate based on what we see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and that's why so many of the top-tier quarterbacks, if you're drafted number 1 at a quarterback, guess what? You're going to a bad team.
I'll give you,
and so it's hard even then.
I'll give you an example. So we'll go back to, and I know this is about defense, but you want a defense that's engaged, that's excited, and that's going to give you an opportunity. The thing about offense is if the defense is going to give you a short field, it's a difference between 3 and 7. You put that 7 in, guess what? Now it's a different vibe. Now if I got 7 points, it's a different way that we can go about offensively attacking the team. I don't got to go up top all the time. I could mix it in and do some different things. Mm-hmm. And I'll give you this, as far as the evaluation with players is, I'll go back to that first play that Baker Mayfield came in the game. Everybody remembers the Philly special, but what people don't realize is there was a play in which he threw a seam shot to Jarvis Landry that was almost like a back shoulder seam throw, and it put him in contention it was like 30 yards down the middle of the field. They got in the red zone with that. They ended up putting it in, punching it in for a touchdown. But when you're evaluating people, there's a throw or two. Or there's an evaluation. There's a little. You're like, whoa! I ain't seen that.
It's the Cam Ward.
Yeah. That's one of them. Like, okay, we see. And when you do that, what happens is you open up the rest of the offense. So now Tyvis talked about it when we were watching the film. If you watch some of the defensive backs, for the Ravens. They were standing flat-footed. They was ready to jump on everything. Like they flat-footed. They got tight ends on outside getting guarded by DBs. That's easy money. So there's certain things that you got to do just to even put on tape to say, listen, don't be sneaking up here. I will throw this football deep. And if you can hit one of those or even get a pass interference, now it's in the back of their mind like, okay, we can't just have 10 people up here with Junkins. It's a difficult read, but those are the things that franchise quarterbacks are able to do, is make those plays and at least put it on tape.
Between both these teams this weekend, if I set the total turnovers at the over-under at 4.5, would you take the over or the under?
I'd probably take the under on that.
Under.
It's both teams.
Yeah.
I'll go 4 turnovers.
Yeah, 5 turnovers in a game by both teams is a lot. But
you said 3.5, I would have said over.
I would have too. I would say I can see 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see 5.
I could see 5.
And if I will say
I'll set it at over 5.
I'm trying to be optimistic.
The over would be
the Browns aren't going to have
110.
any.
Yes, right. and I will say, and I'll agree with this about the turnovers. If you tell me that Shedeur Sanders do not fumble, he did not have a turnover, and he don't throw a pick,
they'll win the game.
They win the game. It's a win. That's the crazy part about how good their defense is playing.
Might be 6-0, but
if he don't turn the football over, I think that they're in.
Yeah,
they can
I
win
would
the
think
game.
the Raiders are going to have a hard time. I think both offenses are going to have a hard time sustaining long drives.
I just hope that if he plays well and doesn't turn the ball over, I pray that the Browns don't have an all-time Browns moment where it's like a special teams touchdown.
Don't you do it?
No, I'm not trying to.
No.
I'm
I know what you're saying,
No, I'm
though.
saying, but the Browns do that.
You know what I mean? They do that.
The defense has kept us in every game at halftime we've been in.
Yeah,
we've been in most of them through the third quarter because of the defense.
Did you guys see the clip, Cody Kessler?
Yeah,
talking yesterday.
I heard it.
didn't see it.
I didn't
What
get
did
a
he
chance
say?
to watch it.
It was cool. I mean, he talked about his first start
Yeah.
at the Dolphins game and how he played okay in that game and did well enough to win the game. They ended up missing a field goal.
Yep.
And so they lose. But I just hope that something like that doesn't happen to Shedeur.
Yeah.
And that
Because the Browns quarterback hasn't won his first start
17 times.
at 17 straight.
That's one of the stats we're going to
Is
get
it? No,
to,
it's not
so-
just a rookie. Is it a rookie or just
First start.
first Brown start?
I think
Well,
it's rookies.
Oh,
Well, you'll see it in a sec.
All
I
right,
promise
all
it's
right.
coming up. Let's get to the 7-pack of stats this week,
all right,
guys.
7-pack.
17.
Featuring some incredible Myles Garrett stats. It's brought to us by Gametime. The NFL season's back, and honestly, there's nothing better than being in the stadium surrounded by fans cheering on your team. But let's be honest, getting tickets can be a hassle between the login screens, the waiting, and prices jumping at checkout. It's frustrating. That's why I use Gametime, the app that gives you the advantage back to the fans. Gametime is fast, easy, and backed by the Gametime guarantee, where you'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best prices. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, that's promo code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, and go. Download Gametime today. As we dive into the 7-pack of stats you need to know for this Sunday's Browns versus Raiders game, I want to give a shout out to my guy Jack Andre. He's a researcher at NFL Network who helped me with a few of these. So shout out to Jack on that. First one, didn't need help with. This just shows you how good Myles Garrett has been this year. Myles Garrett has 15 sacks this season. The Baltimore Ravens as a team have 15 sacks this season. The Jacksonville Jaguars as a team have 15 sacks this season. The poverty Cincinnati Bengals have 14 sacks this season. And the San Francisco 49ers have 12 sacks
That's weird
this
to see.
season.
We're not used to that from the Niners. I know they've had a lot of injuries, but that's bizarre. That really does put it into perspective.
It's crazy. But this man, I don't even think it's kind of crazy. It's like we're almost underselling it a little bit. Like it's hard to say you're underselling it when you done came up with every superlative for him. But sometimes I think about it like when LeBron James was here, and it's like LeBron left, and he's not the same player he is today. But sometimes it's like you just wish people would just take the time to just say and just be like, yo, I'm really watching one of the greats really do it in real time.
I don't think we're underselling it. I mean, we've been
real
going
time.
on and on about Myles Garrett deservedly.
I've
so.
seen two different national sports entities write columns this week asking, is Myles Garrett the greatest pass rusher ever?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's getting it. He's getting his due.
Man,
Let's run through.
I'm in a chat group with guys, friends from a long time. We all play fantasy football together. We've been friends, some of us, since high school. And there was like a debate in the chat, like if you were starting from scratch, drafting, if the whole league was starting from scratch and you had to just draft players, forget contracts, but age is a factor, whatever. What would be your top 5? And a couple people were like, the only non-quarterback I would take is Myles Garrett, and he's still almost 30 years old.
He's been in the league
and none of
8
these guys,
years?
none of these guys are from Cleveland. They're all from, or most of them are from the New York, New Jersey area.
So they get it.
So people are paying it. Like people that are big football fans,
They know.
they get it.
They know.
A lot of people think, well, the team sucks, so not as many people are paying attention. I think any real diehard football fan is paying
They're
attention to
locked
what
in.
Myles Garrett is doing.
All right, the first 5 are all about Myles. So
Wow.
just be ready. This
Yeah.
next
Okay.
one we alluded to on Monday when we showed you his NFL ranks. He has a season get-off speed of 0.73 seconds. That's the fastest in football. Well, against Baltimore, his get-off speed was 0.6 seconds according to Next Gen Stats, which is significantly faster than his season average, which is significantly faster than any other player in football. Second fastest get-off speed, 0.88 seconds.
Oh my, that's crazy.
Do we know? Okay, that's this year. I don't know how long these next gen
I couldn't
stats
find
go
his.
back.
I could not find historical data on
Yeah,
this.
because they don't go back that long.
Probably
I
hasn't-
tried. I even
yeah.
asked Jack. Jack, this is the new tracking stuff.
Yeah, they don't. They really haven't been
back.
doing it that long. But you know what? And you couldn't even really go back and tape it on film because film is 30 frames per second. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be accurate. But I'm willing to bet it's the fastest ever.
Probably.
I mean, just by my eye.
Yeah.
He is
Mike, so you said the second. So his is .73. The second best is .88.
Yes.
Do you know, like, after that, like, is there like not much of a drop from the
I
.88?
bet they're all pretty close.
Yeah,
at
that was
that
my
point.
guess. But
so which means he is 20% better than everybody else.
yeah,
which is insane.
That's just nuts. Who is .88? Do you know? Offhand?
Hutchinson.
Huh?
Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh.
Yeah,
and,
he's quick too.
and the crazy part about it is, Jason said this yesterday. He's not even really jumping off sides like that. Before he used to jump.
Right.
He used to jump to snap a lot. Now, like that's how you know, like you locked in, because he just like I'm gonna just go ahead and just relax and just go ahead and lean on my own
and still
ability.
be 20% than everybody else.
Miles Garrett's only flaws, if you will, coming into this year, there were three things. You could argue that the motor wasn't consistently on high.
For the whole season.
You could argue,
and
right?
And throughout the games, too.
Yeah, that his Decembers were bad.
Yeah.
And that, what was the third
He was
thing?
offsides.
He was offsides. The offsides has gone away.
Yeah.
He's been way more consistent in terms of motor, which takes his great game another level.
Yeah.
The last thing is December. That's the last hurdle.
Yeah.
Willie, and a lot of that's been injury.
As long as he continues to rack up sacks and 22.5 is within reach, I don't think December's going to be a problem at all. It'll be his greatest December ever. And that's not saying much. He's never had a good December. But if he just, as long as he can't go 2 or 3 games with no sacks,
right?
Because then he falls way off the pace. If he just keeps getting a sack a game, he's in the conversation.
If he gets another game with like 3 this weekend,
he's going
to. Well, I mean, think about it. In the final 7 games, you're playing the Raiders, who stink.
Yeah,
you're
got
playing
the Titans in there too.
Titans, who stink. The Niners are a mess. They have so many injuries.
Yep.
You're playing the Bengals at the end of the year, who got their offensive line is actually playing better now,
but not great.
But they still
the Titans
give up
have allowed
sacks.
the most sacks in football. They still play the Titans.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah,
do any word on Joe Burrow? Are they going to?
I think he's going to play this week.
Oh my God!
He's practicing.
What's your thoughts on that?
Why?
He's a competitor, man. You tell him no?
Yeah, but the guy's a China doll, and the playoffs are not in.
Well, it's still possible they can make the playoffs. But
what's their record?
3-7.
They ain't making the playoffs.
Yeah, they got to win all 7 games.
I know they're probably not making the playoffs.
And Joe Burrow doesn't play defense.
Hey, here's the thing, man.
Still win the division.
Hey, when you got that C on your chest and you the
wants to
quarterback,
I guess.
That's just what it's going to be.
He's not going to shut himself down.
No.
Maybe for a game or 2 at the end of the year, but
I would
not
expect
now.
him to. I would, if I'm the team. I'm saying, what's
I'm not
the
doing
point?
that.
He
I
is
want
the
him to
team.
play.
Point. I know, but that's why you don't want to put him out there in a meaningless game and get his head
There's 7
knocked
games
off.
left. I'm letting him play. The only time I would sit him if it's the last week of the season, if they can't make the playoffs, they probably won't be able to.
I'm with you.
They're playing the Browns. I'm not letting Myles Garrett hit him in that last game. Outside of that,
I hope it works out for them.
players play.
By the way,
He's had a lot of freak injuries.
By the way, but with this Browns, like the more things. So if you're gonna win this week, the offense plays better. That's how much more they're gonna be energized. So now next week, he's really going to be energized because he got to win. You're like, okay, look, you got a couple of sacks. Now you're coming back home. The energy will be ramped up. This is how momentum starts, and you try to get the ball rolling. And if you're the Browns offense, just let that man cook. If you can get a lead in this football game, you ain't got to be too extra, right? No. You just let Myles Garrett in the defense cook. Get some running game, get that going, and if you get the momentum going, it could turn into a couple games where you got a little more excitement level.
When did the Browns play the Steelers again? Second to last week?
Second last week of the season, yeah.
Wouldn't it be ironic if he broke the record against Mason Rudolph?
Oh, geez.
You would say that. That's crazy. Only Bull could think about that.
Has Rodgers is out for the season?
No.
Rodgers might play this week.
I thought he had. Didn't he have a fractured bone in his wrist or something?
It's his non-throwing hand, and he says he's going to try and play through it.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you, that play last night where Josh Allen got caught from behind by Anderson, I thought, oh my God, his season's going to be over. He immediately looked like he was in major pain.
Yeah, he's a machine.
Dude went on the sidelines, shook it off, and came back in the next series.
War daddy, man.
He is.
Next 2 go hand in hand, so I'm going to read these back to back. But over the last 3 games, Miles has 10 sacks. 10 sacks in 3 games. He has 15 in 10 games this season. It's the second most for a player ever through his team's first 10 games.
Really?
Only trailing Mark Gastineau.
How many did he have? Oh.
In 1984, he had 17 and a half sacks through 10 games. For
What?
Yep.
Oh, that was the year he set the record.
That was when he set the record.
Okay,
with
yeah, I
22.
do remember that year.
So
that was the sack exchange.
Miles has 15 and 10. Gastineau had 17 and a half and 10.
was
Now,
a machine that year.
Miles has 10 sacks in his last 3 games. Steve, you want to get the next one? It's tied for the most in a 3-game stretch in NFL history with Derek Thomas, who did at the end of the 97 season into the 98 season, and Richard Dent in 1984. Ironically, both those guys in the 4th game of that stretch did not record
So
a
he
sack.
sets a record for 4 games with a
Derek-
half a sack.
If Miles has half a sack, he sets the record for the most in a 4-game stretch.
Let's go.
Derek Thomas had like 8. I think it's 7 or 8 one game. Was that 7? I think
He had
it's
7.
He had
That's the
6.
record for
Derek
most sacks
Thomas.
in the season.
He was
And Richard
dog.
Dent was, of course, on that great Bears defense.
yeah.
By the way, I mentioned this really quick yesterday, but I know, Jay, you might be interested in this too. That there's a documentary coming out next week about the Super Bowl Shuffle. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
just on the shuffle and how it came to be.
Yes.
Wow.
I think it's
Is that
fascinating.
gonna be about
'cause
8 minutes
They
long?
recorded that like
6
in the
and a half.
middle of the season.
I know they did.
Yeah.
I know they did. And,
and they were
that
like,
was the
we better
season-
win the Super Bowl.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, they were undefeated at that point.
yeah.
And there was a lot of fan pushback because not long after that, they lost to the Dolphins.
That was their only loss.
on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And, of course, Miami is the only team that's gone through an entire season without a loss, even now, a 16-game season.
Did they
or plus.
release the video of that before they?
It was in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
But people knew they did it in the middle of the year.
Oh, they released it. They released it. Like, and I remember everybody was like, wait a minute, when did they shoot this? Because the whole thing is about the Super Bowl Shuffle.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And
they
that's
backed it
why
up?
they're doing a documentary
I
on it.
get it.
Because
Now
at the
it's
time, the outrage,
fantastic, but-
first of all, the outrage from the other 31 teams' fans
Yeah.
was like, you arrogant
Yeah.
POSs, we're going to rub your noses in. Can you imagine today
Yeah. Oh, my God.
a team recording and
But they-
releasing a video about going to the Super Bowl?
But they went through the postseason and killed all their opponents.
Didn't they win the Super Bowl like 55 to nothing?
Against Tony Eason and the
Tony Eason.
Patriots.
Yes, and they gave, this is the thing I most remember about that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mike Ditka put William the Refrigerator
Yeah,
Perry
fullback.
on a goal line play, and
Yeah.
the great Walter Payton, who, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know,
That
hurt
maybe
his
the
soul.
greatest back ever or among them,
Won the, yeah.
didn't get a touchdown in
know,
the Super
yeah.
Bowl.
Let me tell you this.
Because
Buddy Ryan and Ditka hated each other.
They carried Buddy Ryan off the field
Right.
Let me
on
give you
their
this.
shoulders.
Go back and look at that.
Defensive coordinator.
Go look at the defense.
All-time great.
McMichael, he just got in. Shout out to him. And he passed ALS, right?
Perry, Dent.
Richard Dent. Who
they
was
had
in the
Ohio
backfield?
State
Mike
safety.
Singletary.
Yeah.
Mike Singletary.
Like
There was an Ohio State safety on that
Yeah.
defense.
G. It started with the G, didn't it? His last name.
It's an absolutely filthy defense.
I mean,
I think they averaged fewer than 10 points a game.
it was 9 something.
but
Yeah,
there
9
is
point-
And one of the greatest running backs ever.
Yeah.
there was only one
and a
time.
very, very, very mediocre quarterback.
There's only one time in my entire life where I just knew I would never lose. In 1997, we played on my high school team. We had, everybody who played for Ohio State played for us. Like
the baby Buckeyes.
They had the baby Buckeyes, and they were like, "Yeah, you guys are going to be 1997 number 1 in the country." And people was like, "Oh my gosh, is it gonna?" And I'm like, "Bro, we played those games, and literally, I would go to practice and be like, yeah, there's no way we're losing."
No drama throughout the whole season.
No, St. Ignatius almost beat us. They was really good with Coach Kyle, but I can understand. Now I wouldn't have did no Super Bowl shuffle in the middle of the season, but when you got them type of players like that,
brash.
you can have 3 or 4 off, and you still got 4 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Nuts.
The punky QB.
Like right?
Otis Wilson and Gary Fensick, who were both fantastic.
Gary Fensick. Yeah.
As Steve
Oh, they were
points out.
tremendous.
And they was running the 46
was it
defense.
Bell? Did they have a defensive back
I think
by the
his
name
name
of
was
Bell?
Bell.
I think
Sounds
he was
familiar.
the Buckeye. I think he was the Buckeye.
All right, guys, I got 2 more Miles stats for that. I have 2 more non-Miles stats. For the last 2 Miles stats,
Fensick
just
with the
Mr.
Yale.
Consistency. First player in NFL history with 14 or more sacks in 5 straight seasons. Could have been 6 had not been for the suspension when he hit Mason Rudolph. He's got 117 career sacks. That is the second most for any player through their first 9 seasons, trailing only the great Reggie White with 137. And
That's a lot of sacks.
Miles Garrett, this is a list he doesn't want to be on, but most sacks and losses in their career.
Yeah, well.
His record as
He's
a
gonna shatter
NFL
that
player
record.
is 51, 75, and 1. That's the Browns' record in games that he has played since being drafted. As you can see,
51, 75, and 1.
That's
correct.
embarrassing.
It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be, which is sad.
24 4 games under 500 for 8 years.
He is, as you can see, the difference in the amount of losses versus him and Bruce Smith and Leslie O'Neal and how many sacks he has. It is, I don't want to say fair to say it's not his fault, but he certainly has done his part in trying to help the Browns
He's
win.
going to go down to me. There's two players who in other sports that he reminds me of, like that were just so crazy, but kind of is underrated because they didn't win enough. Will Chamberlain and Barry Bonds. Yeah. Will Chamberlain, some of the stuff Will Chamberlain was doing was ridiculous. Like, man, you don't average no 40-something rebounds. But he always gets compared to guys like Kareem. He gets compared to guys like Russell. And then Barry Bonds, obviously, Barry Bonds never won any championships, but obviously so to me.
But Wilt, I think, takes the biggest hit for that because one great player in the NBA is a bigger factor in whether you win or not. Like,
especially when you're
Myles Garrett, like Barry Bonds, steroid. You could say obviously steroids factored in, but it doesn't matter. He was the best player in baseball for a while. It didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter. You won one player in baseball, no matter how good he is, you doesn't win. Like Shohei Ohtani with the Angels didn't win anything.
Right.
He was the best player in baseball because they stunk.
Right.
Yeah, but Bonds came very, very close with 2 different teams.
Right.
But remember when he pulled Darren Baker?
Yes.
Who was in the big leagues last year.
I know. I saw that. Dusty's kid was going to get trucked at home plate.
Yeah.
And running by, just grabs him and picks him
or
up.
was it JT Snow who picked him up? Now
I think it was Snow, but it was Bonds behind him.
JT Snow, what a name!
Oh,
I
man,
forgot.
that guy was a good ball
That sound like
player,
a great trap rapper. Like, I got a mixtape, JT Snow.
Yeah.
Flooding the streets. Blizzard on Tuesday.
Blizzard on Tuesday.
All right, last 2 stats for you guys. These are not
It's
Miles
funny. Mike's
related.
doing his stats. We talk about them. We go on a sidebar in all of them, and then Mike just brings
We got to
it
the
back.
Super Bowl shuffle on
What
it.
I got to do, yeah. There is a slight mistake on this one, so my bad. Sanders is the 42nd quarterback to start for the Browns since '99. He's the 18th quarterback, not rookie, just quarterback to make their first start with the Browns. Dustin alluded to this earlier. 18th to make their first NFL start with the Browns since '99. The first 17 went 0-17. He's looking to become the first Browns quarterback to win their first start. The last to win was Eric Zier. Do you remember who he beat, Dustin?
The Bengals.
In 95, I do not.
Correct. It was the Bengals, 29-26 in overtime. And just some other stats. The Browns have had some West Coast woes. They haven't won a Pacific time zone game.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Since December 2nd, 2012.
What?
That was Brandon Whedon over Carson Palmer. They haven't beat the Raiders since 2014, and they beat the Jaguars on the road in Week 2 of last year. They have not won a road game since.
So how many Pacific time zone games have they played since then?
I'm not quite sure. I
That's
heard that one on a
a bad job.
podcast.
They don't never.
You know what? It's a decent amount. I mean, it's
It's got to be
probably like 12 games, I would guess.
Give or
maybe,
take,
maybe,
yeah.
So,
maybe 10.
you could just-
One year they had back-to-back Pacific time zone games.
You can.
In back-to-back weeks. I'm like, what
But
are they
this
doing
year
to
it's
the
their
Browns?
only one, I think. Right?
I think it is.
You
yeah.
can go just look.
Are the Niners here?
You can go up and say,
Okay.
all right,
Then
let's
it
take a
is.
look at the teams. They ain't beat the 49ers ever. Like,
They beat the
They
Niners.
beat the Niners here.
No, I'm talking about in Candlestick.
Well, yeah, or whatever it's
Like
called.
that, it's always Candlestick. They ain't beat.
Levi's.
Levi's, yeah.
They ain't beat the Seattle. They ain't beat Seattle in years.
Yeah, we just don't win on the West
That-
Coast.
like,
but
that
you know what?
ain't-
I mean, this is the perfect storm for the Browns to erase a whole lot of 0-4s and records and droughts because this Raiders team, my God, they're as bad as we are. I think we're better. I think if we played 10 times on a neutral field, I think we'd win 6.
Bro, I don't know.
They're not good, man.
This one of them.
They're not good. Yeah.
Dustin, show me.
I mean,
you got to show me. I ain't just
Show you
stepping.
what?
No, you're not gonna step out and be like, yeah, the Browns, we about to get this dub. Nah, bro.
no, I mean, I know what I've seen every week.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a slam dunk. I'm just saying of the games that you would hope to break all of these terrible droughts.
Yeah, we hope.
Like it's the 2-8
but
Raiders.
Here's the thing, you know,
with a bad quarterback.
If this were the Titans, I'd probably say the same thing because they also have a rookie quarterback. Geno's a veteran, and like if it comes down to you got to have somebody that can make a play or just understands the situation, like I'd feel more I'm not betting on this game. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But I wouldn't take either team. I wouldn't feel good betting the Browns. to win the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel good betting either team.
I mean, it's probably a coin flip game. I mean, they have a little advantage because they're playing in a familiar environment. The fans will probably be more Browns. But
I think it will be.
But still, I mean, it's.
And the last time we got into a game like this was against the Jets, and like the Browns gave up back-to-back a punt return and a kick return.
Yeah.
And you're like, but it's the Jets though. Like, how you let them do that?
I know that's another bad team we should have beaten.
By the way, does anybody want to guess? I'm going down a rabbit hole, of course, because of what G said. The last time the Browns, not the Raiders, they beat the Raiders in 2012, as Mike pointed out. Last time the Browns won in Seattle.
In Seattle?
In Seattle.
I would guess it was before we relaunched in '99.
This is before.
That is correct.
This is like in the.
Steve Largent was playing.
Yes, I bet he was.
Yeah.
Probably.
I bet you Joey Galloway was on the team.
Dave Craig.
No, Joey never played.
Dave Craig was the quarterback for the
Dave Craig,
Seahawks.
yeah.
The quarterback for the Browns was
For the Browns?
Bernie.
Bernie.
Yeah.
Browns won 17-7 on November 12th, 1989, en route to their last
Division
title.
champion title.
1989.
Shout out to them.
Lawyer Tillman had a receiving touchdown from Bernie.
Lawyer Tillman.
And Tim Manoa had a
Remember
rushing
Tim?
touchdown.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been.
My gosh.
Is it long? You think it's longer against the 49ers or more recent?
No, I know if it's longer because the 49ers, I remember going to trick or treat, and I remember Bernie out there in Candlestick. They ended up losing that game. It was probably in October.
Right.
And
I remember watching those games, and it was like late afternoon, and you're watching NBC, Dick Enberg,
Dave Trumpy,
and they're playing on the
Bob Trumpy and
playing on the
Dick
baseball
Enberg.
field.
yeah, with the diamond,
Playing
yep.
on the baseball diamond.
Yeah. So they lost to, I think they lost to Montana and them. But
God, I don't know when the last time we won in San
So how about
Francisco.
this? It is more recent. This is a crazy game, too. Browns beat the Niners at Candlestick Park September 21st, 2003.
It's only been 22 years.
The Niners had a 12-0 lead on 4 field goals with 10 minutes to go in the game. And then Kelly Holcomb drove him down, 2-yard touchdown pass to Andre Davis to make it 12-7. And then Holcomb to Andre Davis again with 29 seconds left to win it.
14-12 win.
Kelly,
It was 13. They tried a 2-point conversion.
Kelly
They lost
Holcomb
it. They
used
missed
to
it.
have that playbook he had. Kelly Holcomb come in and throw for 310 in 2 quarters. You'd be like, what the heck? Him and
Just as
Dennis.
fast as come in and throw 3 picks.
Dennis Northcutt, I'll never forget that game that they had the Steelers smoked out in Heinz Field, and
I
they was,
get PTSD when that game's brought.
oh my god,
I'm not kidding.
Oh my god,
When you watch the highlights, it's 10 times worse.
They
It's
cooked them the whole, and it was snowing, and man, dang,
I have
Jay,
like no
feel-
recollection of the Browns games from basically '99 to like '05.
Because there really wasn't much to remember.
Because you was
in college.
You was in college.
I just didn't care.
and
Yeah.
y'all was winning.
Yeah, the Browns came back. They weren't good. I didn't have the team at all through high school. So
Nope.
I really didn't have an NFL team
Right.
when I was in high school. So then I got to college, and it was just like we're just locked in on college football.
You're correct. Like when I in high school in Canton, Ohio, we just like, all right, well, we're gonna do high school football and watch Ohio State. And then the Browns came back and they were terrible. And then they didn't really even start to get good until about 03. And that's when they made their little playoff run or whatever. But yeah, you're right. We didn't have a team for years.
There's a lot of these. Browns haven't won in Philly since '94.
I got a trivia question for you that I don't know if you guys.
There's a lot of
get
Browns
right.
haven't won since.
Let's do the
Do
trivia.
you
then
guys
we'll move
know
on.
the least stressful 3 years of Browns football of all time?
96, 97, 98.
97. Yeah, that's exactly right.
I would go 1
I
and
didn't
31.
have 1 ounce of stress those 3 years.
The 1 and 31, you didn't
Were
even
you
know.
watching football?
You knew they didn't have
little.
a chance to win.
I moved to when I took the job in Tampa. Then I had to travel.
Did
to
you
Buckeyes.
try
I
to
watched
watch
every game?
Did you try to watch I tried to watch the Ravens for a year.
Oh no, I don't want
like
anything to do with
like I
Ravens.
tried to be like, but it's still the same guy.
I would just look at the scores and hope they lost.
Bro,
that was
do you
all I did.
remember that, like, when the Browns left, it was very controversial. The Canton Repository started covering the Steelers.
They did.
Wow. So those 3
Our
years?
local paper started covering the Steelers.
Because
Well,
those are the
I mean, I
games we
can't say that I
got. We
blame
started
them.
getting the Steelers games.
Every Sunday, CBS was carrying the
Steelers games. So it was like,
That's probably
Were they
why there's
really?
a lot of Steeler fans.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All
All
right,
right,
Mike.
guys. We're going to talk
forgot
more
about
Browns, more Shedeur, more Miles in the WKYC show coming up at 12:30. But first, we got to talk a little Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. Before we do that, I want to remind everybody that you can experience Charge basketball at Public Hall this season. The Cleveland Charge is the NBA G League affiliate for the Cavaliers, and they're back in action for their 5th season in Cleveland with Charge alumni like Dean Wade, Sam Merrill, Naquan Tomlin, showing that G League is the home to future stars in the NBA. Charge basketball is the best option for affordable family fun in the land with fan giveaways, exciting theme nights, post-game player autographs, and more. I'll be there tonight, tip-off at 7 o'clock against Grand Rapids. You can get tickets if you want them at clevelandcharge.com. Before we dive into the actual Cavs topic, guys, I want to just highlight 2 things that happened in the community yesterday. Evan Mobley held his first ever annual gala for the kids. He was raising awareness and money for foster kids, homes, foundations through his foundation yesterday. So shout out to Evan for putting on a great event. Jared Allen also held his 9th annual Math and Meals event where he gifted 25 local kids and families a shopping spree at Giant Eagle to get their Thanksgiving food. Just 2 really cool things that are happening in the community. I know we talk a lot about these guys as basketball players, but I just want to give them a little shout out for giving back to the community as well. On the court, though, guys, Darius Garland may make his return tonight. He's still a game-time decision. They did not have shoot-around yesterday, but on Wednesday, Darius went through a full pregame warm-up. Kenny Atkinson said he was very close to playing, very close to returning to the court. And I saw his parents at the game. Usually your parents don't come to a game if you're not very close on the precipice. So there's a chance that we can see Darius Garland tonight against the Indiana Pacers. And I'm curious from your guys' standpoint, and Dustin, we'll start with you. Does DG fix all the Cavs' issues?
No, he doesn't fix all the issues, but he certainly brings back a lot. I mean, he brings back a lot of offense, obviously some defense as well, and just another body that you feel confident that you know what you're going to get out of Garland, like when he plays. Some of these other guys that are bench players that are coming off, you don't know what you're going to get on a nightly basis. So I'm excited to see it. And here's the thing, though, guys. I mean, I'm going to be on pins and needles, hoping that his stupid toe
I'll be there
holds
the
up.
rest of the year.
Yeah.
The rest of the year, I'm going to hold my breath.
Guys, let me
You ever had a toe injury?
I had turf toe, same
Okay,
thing he had.
so you
I
know
didn't have surgery like he did, but
it
I
doesn't
know
really go away.
Guys, let me
No.
cut you off for 1 second because Mary Kay just put out a tweet. Hopefully this is nothing. But she said Browns Myles Garrett sat out Friday's practice with an illness. So no injury, thankfully, but
There is a bug going around.
sniffles.
Yeah.
hopefully he's able to play Sunday. That's all she said.
Get them antibiotics.
It's not a big deal to miss a Friday practice.
Here's how I would address that. If it was raining, would Superman not save someone in peril?
He would.
Superman's going to be there.
All right.
I don't care if it's sniffles.
Just thought it was worthy of mentioning.
It is worthy of mentioning,
Yeah.
but there is not a
come on.
chance in hell.
This guy's not Peyton.
This guy is chasing
He's gotta be coughing up a
immortal greatness.
Yes.
He's not Peyton Hillis. He'll play.
He'll be there.
Oh wow!
I'm sorry, Peyton, but you should have played with the strep throat.
That's true.
Oh, I thought you were referring to him being Superman and saving 2 people from drowning.
That is true, and
So-
God bless him for that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He
Years
is a
earlier,
he
he
hero.
didn't play
the
because of
15
strep
most
throat.
riveting minutes of UCSS history is Peyton telling that story when he was a guest on our show.
Wow.
I knew what
crazy.
happened. I was at the edge of my seat.
That's crazy.
It was incredible hearing him tell that story.
So
Oh, he'll
back to
play.
Darius Garland. Does he solve everything for the Cavs?
No. And will he make Jared Allen tougher? Evan Mobley more active on the boards, more of an inside presence? No. He fixes a lot of things. You stole what I was going to say on this.
I'm just
The rest of the
literally
year,
on
I am
eggshells.
literally going to be holding my breath when Darius
Yeah.
Garland is on the court.
Yeah, I mean,
Because-
I hope he plays tonight because otherwise the game's an NW, a non-watcher. I mean, they're playing the worst. they're playing the worst team in the league right now. Indiana.
I'm going tonight.
Do they have one win? Does Indy have one win?
Man.
I believe they still have 1 win. Yeah.
Has that ever
Because
happened
Lamar-
where an NBA Finals team
yeah,
the
I've
next
seen
year
it.
is going
fair
into
enough.
almost December with one win? A Finals team from a year ago.
Yeah.
Man,
They have 2 wins.
No, they do have 2.
Still,
They're horrible.
I've switched the way I think about this thing, and so to me, I think if you want to have an opportunity to win a championship, you're gonna have to have Darius Garland play like he's gonna have to play and I know this is disrespect. It ain't even disrespectful.
Baby Kyrie.
But he got to be like on some Kyrie type stuff.
Yep.
Like you can't continue to ask him to be like a third wheel, because what we found out why he's not been in the game, Evan Mobley has no ability to turn his game up like that. The only other guy besides Donovan Mitchell that can turn his game up and get to another level where I can get me 50 or I can go out here and I can just be on one tonight is Darius Garland. The problem with it is he's smallish. And he has injury issues, and his game is his quickness, his speed, his ability to get into the paint and then create for other guys like a Jared Allen or get Mobley together. Now, in that way, it will help them a lot, because now Evan Mobley doesn't have to be at the top and people looking at him. He had to create his own dribble and create his own shots. But Darius Garland, to me, the only shot they got to win in the championship is if Darius Garland plays like a max player. Let's not get it twisted. He's a max player.
Yeah.
So if you got Donovan maxed out, you got Darius maxed out, and now Evan Mobley maxed out. If Mobley can't give you and jump up to 25 and be a creator, then the second best option is to just get a ball to Darius, and you're just going to have him play out of his mind for a couple games.
What team has won a championship with the two small guards being the
none,
players?
But we here though. You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't like you can do something to change your team.
Yeah, that's the way we're constructed.
It's constructed like that. You're here. They didn't make no changes. So now you better maximize it. The Cavs was ISO. Before they won ISO, they said nobody can win ISO, especially the way Golden State moved the ball. You know what the Cavs did? They said, no, we got the two best ISO dudes in the Milky Way. So we're going to hand the ball to LeBron, and then we're going to hand it to Kyrie, and y'all better hope y'all hit enough shots on the outside to get it done. And they had to go back-to-back 40s during the game. Now, could the Cavs sustain and win that way long-term when the Warriors? No. But if you want an opportunity to win, sometimes you got to just maximize what you got, because they ain't going to get no better with
it. It is unconventional. Bull, I'm with you. Historically it hasn't happened. That certainly does not mean it can't. But I do think the point that you touched on that I would want to drive home as well is, I said, can he make Jared Allen tougher? No. Can he make Evan Mobley? But he does take a lot of pressure off Evan Mobley when he's playing.
Yes.
Because right now, everybody's looking at Evan to create offense. And he's just not that. He's not going to.
Yes,
he can in spurts here and there. He's not going to carry a team with his offense. But when Darius is in the game, Evan looks a lot better. He's free to move. He doesn't have to. Everybody's not looking at him to fill the first line of the score sheet. So I do think he makes this team considerably better. Whether or not they can win a championship this way, Bull, if they do it, they'll be the pioneers. I don't think they can because, you mentioned Kyrie and LeBron as primary ball handlers, but one of them was 6'7" and was a freight train.
6'7".
We're under 6'7". We're undersized. We're extremely undersized, and Bull, I don't know the answer to your question. When was the last time, if ever, the Pistons? They had a smaller backcourt that was heavily relied upon during their title run, but
that was a weird team, and
it was a weird team, and they were tough, man. They were. Yeah. They punch you in the mouth.
They was loud to punch you in the face.
So
I guess you could argue the Warriors when they won without Durant, but Steph Curry's the greatest shooter of all time.
Right,
so.
and we don't have that.
Yeah, that's the exception.
And Klay Thompson was at that point, he was out of his mind with his three-point shooting.
It's just soft as Charmin. I hate it.
I'm with you on that.
And it's not just the lack of physicality; it's that we can't stay healthy. Outside of Donovan Mitchell, I don't think anybody's a war daddy.
No,
I agree.
No,
but I think Don is. But
yeah, Don is.
So Kenny didn't. I read somewhere Kenny challenged the team.
Yeah.
Before the game by saying, "Look, if you guys want to win this thing, you're going to have to bring your A game." And from the tap, I just thought. Houston was the team that looked like they showed up ready to play. And the Cavs made a little bit of a late run to sort of get it close. But, outside of that, Donovan Mitchell had 2 points going into the fourth quarter.
Houston did a really good job taking him completely out of the game.
Oh, my God.
You can't have Donovan with 2 points through 3 quarters.
That had to be his worst three-quarter stretch.
Houston is my kind of team. I like watching
I like Houston, too. I love the brand of basketball that they play.
Book this. The Cavs' best lineup is Jared Allen, coming off the bench. They need to find another dude
I won't argue with that.
Because here's the thing: at least if you're not going to get out physical, if you're going to get beat up and you're going to be soft, then there's no reason that I need to play you. Right? Like I could bring you off the bench and match you up with the bigs coming off the bench. But what I need to lean into is saying, you know what? Let's just be lethal offensively. Let's just be like
Let's score 130.
Let's score 150. Let's score 150. We're gonna spread this rock out. We're gonna use
Denver Nuggets from the 80s.
Yeah, we're gonna use Evan Mobley at the 5, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. I like how Tomlin played. He needs to get more minutes for me. I don't know if he could be a shooter in the corner and knock things down, but I like his energy. I don't know if it's Sam Merrill's the question. I don't know if Max Strus, but
listen, man. Well, Strus is going to come back, and I think it's going to be a huge impact for the team because it's going to add the shooting, and just he's a veteran who knows how to win.
And he's got a little dog to him too.
He does. I mean, I would say he's a tough dude.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the skill like Donovan or some of these other guys. I mean, I wish Mobley had some of the toughness that Strus has. But look, Merrill needs to get more run. Craig Porter needs more run.
I like Craig Porter.
I honestly think DeAndre Hunter can be a big time scorer for this team.
I do too.
I like him.
I like him. Move it. Like, listen, go small.
Jared Allen, the guy. I love you, brother. I love
everything about his person.
I think he's an absolute sweetheart of a human being, and all that stuff. And he's talented and he's a big kid, but he is just not productive.
Yeah,
he's just not productive.
Yeah,
he's not. And what I mean by that is it's not consistent. Like he had 30 against the Heat, and then the next night he has like 2 points.
Yeah,
and 2 boards.
You can't gauge.
Dude, if I was his height, I'd get 6 rebounds just by standing there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It is.
By the way, Mike, I
Super
could
Chat.
fix the NBA with easily.
Shoot.
How?
All right. First of all, you go from 82 to 58 games. You play every team twice.
Well, that'll never happen.
Home and road.
It's never gonna happen,
29-week season. You play 2 games a week, so there's no reason ever for anybody to rest.
But what happens to your revenue? You're cutting a third of
that's why
your
it's never
revenue,
gonna happen.
throwing it out the window.
It's not a third; it's a quarter, about a quarter.
Okay, 25%, 30%.
And then, but
whatever.
aren't you making it up? I mean, when is enough enough?
With
Never.
Sports, never. We're going to go to 18 games in the NFL soon.
Right, I know it's not going to happen.
When's the last time a pro sports league retracted its schedule?
It doesn't.
I've never seen it.
Bull, you're right. The NBA season's too long. Kenny Atkinson has even said that. But
yeah, I won't argue
he
with you,
understands.
but that will never happen.
And then you have the first round of the playoffs. 10 teams making it. 8 make it, but 5 plays 8, 6 plays 7. I'm sorry, 6 plays 8, and whatever. 5 plays 8 and 6 plays 7. I got it right the first time.
6, 7,
and they
whatever.
play. And the 5 and 6 seed play all the games at their place.
Yeah.
A best of 3. So you get an advantage for being a 5 or 6 over 7 and 8, and you get an advantage for being a top 4 seed. It'll make teams want to
How
win
about
more in
this?
the regular season.
4-point line, half court. Teams down 12 with 2 minutes to go.
Shoot, go to MTV Jock Jams and lower the thing.
25-point basket.
And
20-foot hoop.
And I want to play with every NBA game should have used the Elam ending. Is that what's called, the Elam?
Elam ending, yeah.
Be great. The league would be so much better.
Target score?
All right. We got
you got
super
it.
chats to
How
wrap
does the
up.
Elam ending work again, Mike?
There's a target score.
Target score.
Dustin's right. And you play
Right,
to the target.
with a certain amount of time left in the game.
All right, we got super chats to wrap up. We're heading over to KYC in about 7 minutes, so make sure you join us over there. Reminder, we're having a watch party the entire Browns game on Sunday, 4 to the end of the game. Also, today's our 900th UCSS show, so shout out to us for 900. And also,
900.
shout out to our guy Abdullah Mason, who's fighting for the
Yeah.
belt this weekend against another undefeated fighter, Noakes. So shout out to our guy Abdullah
Oh, he's
Mason.
undefeated? His
We need a
opponent?
breakdown from Steve Becker as to which hosts have been on how many shows each. That's what we
Steve,
need.
do it.
I think
All right,
G
super chats.
probably runs away with that title, doesn't he?
I don't know. I think I do.
G's never been beat. Aren't you always here?
It's your bowl. It's one of you
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, definitely be one of those two.
All right,
see.
super
Close.
chats. Digital Mafia has 2. I'm going to read these back to back. Josh Allen drifted back and didn't throw the ball away. Crazy how nobody criticized him for that. It's
got
going to be
killed for
great
it.
because the Texans have a great defense. If it was any other scramble quarterback backwards, it would have been legendary. Why don't
He
y'all?
got killed for it.
First and foremost, let's get to this.
That's an embarrassing.
First of all,
message.
let's get to this. It's Josh Allen. Josh Allen is an MVP.
He's an MVP, man.
The game
He can get
before,
that
he
off.
scored 6 touchdowns.
Listen,
He gets the
He
benefit
ran
of the doubt.
for 3
Are we
and
really
he-
having that same serious
That's
conversation?
been done in 18,000 NFL games. only 3 times has a player accounted for 6 touchdowns.
So you do-
2 of them have been Josh Allen, and he did it last week.
And he's
so
not
let's stop that
and
nonsense.
he's actually not having a particularly great
He's
season.
got
this
9
year.
interceptions. Dude.
Yeah, he's not having a great
taking
year.
care of the ball at all.
But that's just stop. You're the one with the agenda.
No,
Stop it.
that's just Josh. If Michael Jordan want to shoot fadeaways the whole game, that's Mike. He can get that off.
Deserves the right to
It's
do it.
make or miss.
Next one, Trizzy in the Money says, G's dressed to go to an ops funeral.
Yeah,
So
man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
He wore this outfit one other time, and I said he's the black
No,
father
hold
Guido
on.
Sarducci.
Hold on.
an old school reference
No,
right
no,
there.
no.
Yeah, I know it is.
We did not repeat no outfit. That was just a different black. This black is shimmering and
It is shimmering.
You know what I'm saying? This is sequence underneath there, bro. That hat may be remixed, but nothing else.
To me, to my eye, to my very novice fashion eye, it looks like the same thing. You're allowed to wear the same outfit more than once.
No, not really.
Ever? I've seen you do that.
No. Listen,
Where do you keep all your
I have
clothes?
seen you wear the same outfit more than once.
Okay,
Facts.
listen.
Where do you keep
I'm
it,
not
though?
saying I'm doing
Do
that.
you have
We're-
like a warehouse, a storage warehouse?
No, I don't got no warehouse, man. I just got a lot of space in other rooms that I've been taking over.
So you have like extra bedrooms that you use as like closets?
Yeah, these is all closets in here. But no, obviously, listen, man. Everybody got to wear the same thing once or twice. But this Velveteen boy is brand new.
All right.
All right, next one. Original Vibe says, my question is if these receivers can catch the deep ball and can they get open on scramble drills? Also, I'm guaranteeing Shedeur leads 3 touchdown drives this game.
Okay.
That's
It's
the
guaranteed.
expectation. I mean,
Set apart
they gotta
Laz
score
says
21
statistically,
points.
the Browns don't do well on the West Coast. So realistically, what are we expecting from Shedeur? That is the first topic of our TV show.
Yeah,
coming up
watch
in a
and
few
win.
minutes. James May says, Dustin, you look like a celebrity. I just can't think of his name.
We thought about that. Did we?
I said
Jimmy Kimmel.
people always tell me I look
Oh,
like
yeah,
Jimmy Kimmel.
I don't see it.
I do.
A little bit.
I do. Yeah, it's a little Kimmel in that.
Kimmel, huh?
Especially when Dustin was a little bigger.
Oh yeah, a little chubbier.
Yeah.
Ron Bishop says, you guys got to mention Abdul Mason. We did. Shout out to Abdul.
Yep.
Vernell Jackson said, G. Bush, this is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Yep.
Velveteen, I guess.
Velveteen boy.
Velveteen.
Ron Bishop says, would you guys trade Evan and Garland for LeBron?
Evan.
No.
Well,
No.
Not today? No.
No,
No.
I'm good, man.
Rashad
Prime
Richardson
LeBron, hell
says,
yeah.
Abdullah Mason fights on DAZN tomorrow.
Sorry, I would do that. I know that's crazy, but I
LeBron?
would.
Now, today.
Because at least I'd have a chance to win a championship. Very
For like
slim.
a year.
Last one real quick. Bay says, I'm a Browns fan and a Pistons fan. The physicality alone, when we get Ivy back, we're going to be nice.
Okay.
Those are super chats.
Shout
Head
out.
over to WKYC and the WKYC app. In 3.5 minutes, we will see you there.
Never before seen Browns content.
Yep.
Peace.
All new content.